Today we're going to talk about your Guru ETF index, which basically tracks the holdings in 13Fs that hedge fund managers put out quarterly. We usually don't know what's going on, but we do when they release their 13Fs. So we got those last night. You hold Apple in the fund. It's one of your top 10 holdings. Apple was interesting in the fact that Leon Cooperman, so Mago Advisors, added to the Apple position. A new stake, actually. George Soros upped his position. David Einhorn decreases his stake. What does that mean in the way you view Apple? It's obviously had a good run, so it might be pricey. Do you maintain the holding you have, or do you think about adding more?
So this is a systematic methodology. It looks at, as you said, the 13S that just came out, and it sort of looks systematically at the information. We look at the largest hedge fund managers, some of the names that you mentioned, and we look at their top most concentrated positions. It has to be a large position for them, at least 5% or so of their portfolio. And as long as one of the selected hedge fund managers that we look at that has a low turnover to their portfolio, it still maintains a large concentrated, what we call a top conviction idea, in this case to Apple, we will maintain it in the portfolio because some of the additions that you mentioned, notwithstanding some people actually stepping back, it probably would still remain as one of the large concentrated positions. It would probably remain in the portfolio.
Interesting, we had some retailers making news. Dollar General was in focus because we had Dan Loeb's Third Point make a big bet, increasing by about 33%. Taking a look at the stock here, it's been a hit in the last couple of weeks there. Other managers unloaded their shares, and there was another retailer, WALGREEN'S, where we saw a lot of activity from managers as well. Now, those are not names that you have currently in the fund. When you look through all the holdings, there's not a lot of retail, actually. Is it something that is sounding more like a top conviction, that you do have some of this play in the
yeah, it's starting to look like it. When you look at the sectors that are most prevalent at this quarter in the top conviction ideas, you do see some consumer discretionary names. Walgreens is certainly a name where you see some of the largest managers that are adding significant allocations. Of course, a name that's in play with some of the M&A activity with the entity that they bought in Europe, some of the questions about maybe relocating their headquarters. So those are certainly names that could show up in the fund, absolutely.